I thought about hanging on to him for a little bit, but I just couldn't see him taking Firmino's spot.
Yeah, but I mean, he actually scores where Firmino doesn't, because Firmino's a center defensive striker.
Center defensive striker, I like that. Like, Victor, what are you doing? God damn it, dude! Drop Conte, for God's sake, Victor.
I don't think Victor really pays attention, though, in all honesty.
He still wins.
He gets so lucky, though.
That.
He gets so lucky.
I admire
the hell out of it.
He gets so lucky, man.
To not give a shit and still actually get a couple under your belt.
Like, Zuma's scoring again.
Like,
what?
For real, dude. Semedo was a good pick. And then Bellerin's, he's pretty good.
And then Salah.
And then
Zuma has 3. Zuma's a striker. He has 3 goals.
He has more goals than West Brom, I think, or something.
I
saw some stat.
Bellerin got 3 points. 3 bonus points, right? Because the only thing that happened that entire game was that he got the penalty. That is literally... That game was so boring to watch.
Yeah,
he got the assist too, then.
Yeah, exactly.
I like Bellerin. I think he's a decent fullback.
Yeah.
I really do.
I do too, man.
The one thing that pissed me off about Arteta, though, and I mean, I don't blame him because it's the only squad that he has, but he plays the 3 back, or basically the 5 back, and like, I hate it because United can't beat teams that sit back, like, obviously, and then he really has to, though, because who does he have attacking wise? Literally only Aubameyang.
Yeah.
So, like, it makes perfect sense to me. But now...
Nketiah looks promising, though. I don't know why he won't put Nketiah over Willian and use Willian as...
I don't mind
Maybe
Willian. I don't mind Willian in the middle, but...
He was playing right flank.
Yeah, he was playing everywhere. He just floats around the front 3, which I kind of dig.
He had a decent shot, too.
Yeah.
When he played. I don't know if
he still hasn't scored for us yet. I don't know. I don't know why Lacazette's in. Lacazette's not very good.
Nketiah needs to start over Lacazette.
I say just start him a couple games.
Well, Nketiah comes off the bench and scores often, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he'll come on with like 13 minutes left, and he'll score a goal. Like, versus Lacazette, who's got 80 or 77 minutes. I don't know.
Well, Lacazette started off strong, though.
What's his deal, though? Like, what kind of striker is he? Why doesn't he score?
I just don't think he's that great. Like, he had a chance to score. And you can maybe say it was great defending by Lindelof. The ball basically, can't remember who it was, but they got to the byline and then they played it back in the middle, like perfectly to Lacazette, where he was wide open. All he had to do was like swing his foot at it and it was going in. But Lindelof got the slightest touch to it, and when he went to swing, he completely missed it. So it's like maybe it was good defending by Lindelof, but if you're a striker, you need to be scoring that, even if the defender gets something on it. So.
Well, he's
always in situations where he can score. He just never executes. He always either hits it over or hits it wide.
Like, what was that Liverpool goal, dude? That was just like fucking lucky as shit. Like, it was like somebody played it in from the, like Maitland-Niles or something like that played it in from the left. And like, it just took like some weird ass bounces and like ended up just like falling perfectly for him. Like one-on-one with Allison. Like, it's like not even like, I guess it's a poacher mentality, but I guess you have to be there. But like, I don't know.
I thought that game really was... There was no one who stood out other than Rob Holding, who the only reason why he stood out is because all United did was just kick it to his head, and they kicked it to his head so much they started losing hair. That was literally all it was.
Yeah.
And then Gabriel should have got a red card, in my opinion. And what Arsenal did well as well that I really appreciate is that they played the dark arts. They, for the whole first 20 minutes of the game, anytime a forward player like Rashford or Greenwood got it, Gabriel, Holding, whoever the Partey, and they were coming up and hitting them from behind, and they were falling over and they weren't getting free. So the Arsenal kept doing it. So then obviously you're going to get frustrated by that. So then by the time the referee started actually giving yellows and United were doing it back, then United players start getting yellows because. See what I'm saying?
He has to play both sides.
Arsenal literally were getting away with it for 20 minutes, and then when he starts giving the yellows to Arsenal players, United players start doing it, and then they start getting yellows as well. So I think Arsenal played the dark arts of football very perfectly in that game. But Gabriel got a yellow card, and then it was like 70th minute, Mason Greenwood, the ball, he like has a touch, the ball gets away from him, and he slides in, and he gets the entire ball, but it just happens that his trailing foot kind of like comes from behind of, I think it was Bellerin or someone, I can't remember who it was, but it comes through the back of him. Greenwood gets a yellow for that. Then 3 minutes later, Greenwood has the ball in the corner, puts it between Gabriel and I think it was Saka. Like puts it in between the two of them, goes around the outside. Gabriel lunges in and steps on Greenwood's foot, and then doesn't get a yellow card.
Did they look at it?
No, they didn't look at it, but because it's not the only reason you look at it for VAR is if it's
A
serious
straight
foul
red.
play. Yeah. So it definitely wasn't a straight red, but it definitely
It was
if
a second
Greenwood
yellow.
got a yellow card for what he got a yellow card for, Gabriel should have got a yellow card for that, in my opinion.
It's hard sending people off, though. You know.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, if you're like you were saying, you got to keep it consistent.
Right.
Like if you're gonna, I understand. For 20 minutes, Arsenal were getting away with tackles, and then they were getting tackled. So when United players started doing it, they got the yellow card. Completely understand. Whatever, right? United players should have been kicking them back within that first 20 minutes of that grace period, per se. But then, if you're gonna give a player a yellow card for getting the whole ball and then happen to fall through someone just barely. And then 5 minutes later, a guy doesn't get the ball at all and stamps on someone's foot, lunging in. How is that not a yellow? If he didn't already have a yellow, he would have got
a
one.
yellow.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was the only frustrating thing for me. But Thomas Partey was the man of the match for me for that game.
He or Saka. And Saka looks good, dude.
I
really
honestly didn't even remember Saka playing. I didn't think he was.
He gave Wan-Bissaka a hard time on the left the whole game. On Arsenal's left.
The only time I remember him doing something is when the ball was crossed in and he headed it over. Other than that, I don't really remember him. I think the reason why he gave Wan-Bissaka a hard time was because it's the same thing against Brighton, where Wan-Bissaka would be there, he'd have one guy, but there was no one tracking back with
the wide man.
Yeah. So then he's got doubled up, which is literally what destroyed us against Brighton, and Arsenal played that perfectly. And I think Arteta's a good manager when it comes to that, but it's the only thing about the way he sets up Arsenal is that it's worrying that he thinks that he can only play that 5-back because he's been doing it for how many games in a row now? I haven't watched him in Europa League, but
why would you change though if it's working?
But is it? Because their record isn't that great.
For a first-year team in that system, I don't think it's that bad. What do y'all have? What's y'all's record right now?
I don't know, dude. I haven't been paying attention.
I think they've got 2 more points than United.
We were before we played y'all. We were in 9th or 8th.
Your record is 4 wins and 3 losses.
Yeah, so they're not getting wrecked.
So it's 50-50.
And we have a loss to Liverpool, City, and
respectable teams.
And Leicester.
Leicester.
You didn't lose to Brighton or Newcastle.
Well, we're playing Aston Villa this week, so I don't know, man.
They're shit in the bed, so I think it'll be all right.
I hope so, dude. I don't know. There's some big games this week, though. I think Liverpool plays City. And who do y'all play?
We play
Everton.
Well, that's another big one, dude.
For them.
They're shit in the bed right now, but
they don't have their starters in.
Yeah,
James is coming back from that nutsack injury.
They don't have James.
What happened
Charleston,
with the nutsack?
Dude, I don't know.
Testicle injury.
Dude,
I'm intrigued.
Trying to clap his partner's ass too hard.
No, it was in play. He got subbed out for it 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
Did it happen in game?
It happened in game, and later on, people were it's his nuts.
Well, did he tear the sack? Did he bust one?
I don't know, dude. I hope he's not busting a nut on the field,
permanently. Yeah,
permanent nuts.
Yeah, so that's good for United, but
he should be back though.
I hope he's not.
I hope he is, because I've had 2 players out from COVID, and now I have Hamas out for a nut tap injury. Like what the fuck, dude?
Nut tap injury.
Come on, man.
Man, Hamas, you gotta stop busting nuts on the field, my guy.
For real, dude.
It's sad for real because he was killing it up until then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about to be bad now. He's about to come back and be shit.
Yeah. I think he was also, when he first came, I think people were respecting him too much. Because anytime I saw Everton play, people gave him at least 5 seconds on the ball every time he touched it.
They were scared to get fucking nutmegged or
every single time. And then he destroyed them. But the past 2 games I've watched, they're on him immediately. So
you think they were just kind of weighing him up, let's see what you got in the Prim real quick before we even bother with you.
Well,
and now that they realize he's a problem, it's fucking end his shit before they score.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people probably just being like, "Okay, just keep an eye on him. Make sure you know where he is." But now they're like, "He is a threat." Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
like,
without
he is
a
a
doubt.
threat. Like you have to be on him immediately.
Especially with the form that Calvert-Lewin was in, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you give him the ball in the box, he's scoring.
Calvert-Lewin came out of nowhere too. They have a decent side, man. They kind of filled all the
Their
gaps.
starting 11 is one of the best in the league.
I was about to say the starting 11. They don't have much depth, but
I mean, when you have Iwobi coming on,
he's got 2 assists though. That's more than some wingers, reputable wingers in the league. And
Iwobi?
Iwobi has 2 assists right now in the league.
It's Iwobi, dude.
That's more than St. Maximin. Well, who would you say is the better outside mid?
Yeah, but look at who's
That's more
St.
than Chaucer.
Maximin.
Who would you say is the better outside mid?
Who would you say is that? Oh, I guess Chaucer's. They're
I
both
wouldn't
on
consider-
shit teams. Like Everton's he's playing.
I wouldn't consider
better people around
Chaucer technically an outside mid. Though.
Yeah, but Iwobi still has a fraction of the minutes that both of them do.
And Iwobi, dude, I don't know.
I'm not defending Iwobi. I'm just saying statistically, dude's playing all right. And so is Sigurdsson.
It'll sort itself out. You don't know like who they played, and like you can.
That John Joe Kenny kid looks good, and Kuku looked good coming in. Gomez has looked all right. I think they have some depth. I don't think they're in the gutter though.
Senga's under, dude. This dude
out of nowhere
could be like.
What did he do last game?
He had 2 assists, or should have had 2 assists.
Yeah, he got 1 assist.
Yeah, 1 assist.
Started?
No,
he came on and like with 10 minutes left.
Who has him?
I don't know. I couldn't find him.
Yeah, you don't worry about it. I got him.
Well, our asses aren't getting him.
I'm definitely not getting him.
Now I'm 3rd and Ethan's 1st. If
I got
him. We're curious.
I got
him. I'm
still
Bernardo Silva is on the market.
Yes,
Everybody.
Bernardo
Silva is on the market.
We should have done a punishment, dog. Like, why did we not think like that?
Man.
Do either of y'all want Bernardo before I?
Wait, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Has he been bad this season?
No, he just hasn't been good yet.
That's a great response.
I think it's a reasonable one too.
I don't know. City don't really look that great in the league. I mean, they're 10th as well, but you don't hear people asking for Pep Guardiola's head, so it doesn't make sense to me.
I think it's just like, who the fuck cares about City for real?
That's a very solid point. You know what's crazy to me? United are on their worst start of the season home run since we got relegated in I think 1972.
Yeah,
right?
we've won more games at Old Trafford than y'all have this season, right?
Just one. Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. But right, United are on their worst home form run for the beginning of the season since we got relegated.
Good. We deserve it.
While on the other hand, we have a club record of the most wins in a row away. So that inconsistency is baffling to me.
It's just
we're shithousers.
Y'all come from this 5-0 win on Leipzig. Yeah, it's the second you're like, fuck yeah, we might actually be good this year. It's like psych, and then, hard to the face.
But this is what I don't understand, right? Ollie played that 11 with Dan James and Juan Mata against Newcastle.
Ollie hates the club.
Wait,
that's what it is.
Wait.
He's trying to ruin us.
Stop this, Ethan. So then he goes to PSG and he plays the 5-back with Alex Telles, and it worked. PSG didn't really have anything, and the only reason they scored is because Martial scored an own goal. And then, so he changed it from the 4-2-3-1 to a 5-back. Then the next game against Chelsea, I think he went to the 4-2-3-1 again with the same team. Yeah, the same team against Newcastle. And then against Leipzig, he went to the Diamond, and that destroyed them. And then he was like, I guess because the Diamond worked against Leipzig, and they kind of play the same way as Arsenal with a 5-back, then we can do it against Arsenal. And it's like, that makes sense if Arsenal actually had any sort of attack other than Aubameyang. And it didn't. So, dude, it's so frustrating to me that you guys have Partey as a center defensive mid and you still play a 5-back.
Yeah.
He's really box to box though. He had a couple of through balls. I mean, he was up in their.
I bet you he scores before William does.
In our defensive third a good bit too. Yeah, I can see that. He looked decent.
He had a good strike.
Center mid, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm so jealous because if we had Partey, we wouldn't have to have Fred and McTominay in the midfield. We just have Partey.
You could just have one.
Or a 27-year-old Matic back.
Yeah, dude, this is like the top 11 are within 5 points of each other.
Yeah. I mean,
This
that's the way
season's
the
this is the
season
closest season. No, I mean usually by now Liverpool and
There's
City would be
usually,
15